According to officials in India, space debris with an unknown origin has been discovered in 3 nearby villages in the western state of Gujarat, India. Inhabitants found pieces of suspected debris dispersed around the area. Residents of the village had left their houses when they heard loud thudding sounds, which caused the ground to shake. Their inquisitiveness prompted them to contact the authorities regarding the fragments, which took the form of significant metallic spheres. Oddly enough, around the same time, residents reported seeing large metal spheres flying above them, describing them as being perfectly circular and making no noise. Following this, the officials dispatched the pieces for forensic examination. According to residents, the initial fragment of debris, which was a black ball weighing approximately 5 kilograms, landed in the area at 4:45 in the afternoon. According to the Indian Express, 3 peculiar fragments were found in villages that were only 15 kilometers apart from each other. The local law enforcement authorities have verified the commencement of an investigation and have deployed a team of forensic analysts to conduct an inquiry. According to Ajit Rajan, who serves as a superintendent of police in Anand, there are suspicions that the metal balls found may be debris from a satellite. According to law enforcement officials, the individuals living in the village did not report any injuries, but did report strange lights in the sky at the time of the sighting, noting that helicopters and officers soon flooded the region and collected samples of the object before quickly leaving. According to Mr. Rajan, there were no injuries or casualties reported. Fortunately, the object fell in an open area in 2 places and away from a house in Kambolaj. As of right now, officials said that they do not possess sufficient information to classify this particular space object, but said that eyewitnesses said that it descended from the sky and hit the ground hard. According to law enforcement officials, they intend to delay any further action until they receive a report from the forensics team. Oddly enough, there's still speculation as to what this object was, and some suggested that the strange lights seen the night before could be connected to the object that fell. As of right now, more investigations are needed in order to get to the bottom of what this mysterious object is.
Carbon dioxide confirmed on the Moon. We are always looking for gases and compounds on other planets that resemble what we see on Earth. While we have heard many whispers of water on Mars that could indicate life, one lesser heard conversation is that of carbon dioxide on the Moon. Though after decades of theorizing and questioning, it seems as though we might have an answer. Researchers as of November 2021 seem to have found lunar carbon dioxide cold traps that could have solid carbon dioxide components. Some areas of our Moon are constantly shadowed, shrouded in darkness, with little impact from the sun in these areas. The temperatures can drop lower than those of Pluto. With such staggeringly low temperatures, cold traps are able to form. Cold traps are areas so cold that volatile substances can freeze and become solid. So why does it really make a difference if the CO2 is solid or not? If the carbon dioxide is solid, this means that it can be used to prolong lunar research. In the future, when we send explorers up, whether they are human or robotic, this solid carbon dioxide can provide the necessary materials for fuel and materials for longer expeditions. Furthermore, increasing our understanding of how volatile substances interact on the Moon could help us with research into how water, amongst other elements and compounds, form and may appear on the Moon. Despite this new research confirming the existence of and mapping out the areas for carbon dioxide cold traps, the idea of cold traps has been included in discussions and predictions by planetary scientists for years. To begin confirming these theories and suggestions, researchers used 11 years' worth of temperature data from the Diviner Lunar Radiometer experiment, a high-tech piece of equipment aboard NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. The 2021 research published in the AGU Journal Geophysical Research Letters shows that a number of the cold traps are focused on the lunar South Pole. They span 204 square kilometers. The most concentrated area is in the Amundsen crater, which is home to 84 square kilometers of cold traps. Here, the temperatures never seem to exceed 60 degrees Kelvin, which is about minus 352 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite the exciting and promising aspects of this discovery, it is important to remember that just because there are cold traps on the Moon does not mean that there are solid forms of carbon dioxide, just that there could potentially be. Norbert Schorghofer, a planetary scientist at the Planetary Science Institute and the lead author of this study, said, "My surprise was that the cold traps are actually definitely there. There are plenty of missions to track down aspects of research that go by unsuccessfully, with years of more studying before being able to confirm any of the theories at all. This research continues to be highly promising. While at the moment all we can confirm is the existence of cold traps, it will not be long before these discoveries have much greater, more practical applications, from rocket fuel to finding water." There is a huge void near our galaxy. One fact about the cosmic world might be surprising. Galaxies are unevenly clustered around the universe, clumping together at random. Despite the assumption of some, one galaxy does not begin when another one ends. Instead, they are spread all throughout. We are part of something dubbed the Local Group, which consists of our very own Milky Way and the nearby Andromeda Galaxy, with a cluster of tiny dwarf galaxies surrounding us. It is close to the Milky Way that the local void resides. The local void is a structure in our cosmic neighborhood, so to speak, that contains nearly no galaxies proper, dwarf or otherwise. The Milky Way borders the void directly. Our galaxy, however, is moving further away from the void at about 260 kilometers per second. This is a result of the fact that matter attracts matter. This is also the reason as to why such voids exist. Because of the way gravity works, matter clumps together, thus leaving chunks of space completely devoid of anything at all. These voids, thus, only increase in their size as time goes on and more matter compacts together. Nothingness in space is significantly more common than galaxies or stars or planets. The Cosmic Flows 3 chart depicts over 17,000 galaxies near our Milky Way, and it also depicts the cosmic void. The point of the cosmic flow is to showcase an accurate compendium of our observable nearby universe. The space voids are an incredibly interesting subject because learning more about them could help us better understand dark matter and how it works. Unfortunately, it is a Herculean task to try and study the local void, as it resides right behind the central Milky Way, meaning seeing into it is virtually impossible as of right now. Scientists will have to find an alternative way to study the void other than visually searching for it. Researchers did, however, find a way to trace the dwarf galaxies nearby when it comes to monitoring the void. They found that the nearest dwarf galaxy to the void travels at a shocking 350 kilometers per second. This speed suggests that the size of the void must be immense, for the faster something travels away from the void, the weaker its gravity. Thus, the larger it must be. The knowledge that we live merely 150 million light-years away from this enormous empty void might sound frightening for some, but fortunately, there is absolutely no risk of us getting sucked into it. It is not a black hole. It is simply an area of space that lacks matter. In a handful of centuries, we will be much further away from it. One of the fastest spinning stars is spitting out gamma rays. Phenomenal on many levels, a star which spins at a mind-shattering 707 times per second also spits out strong gamma rays, it has been found. The neutron star, which is located at least 4,400 light-years away from our own planet, is a celestial entity known as a pulsar. Pulsars are very dense, very fast-spinning neutron stars formed as a giant star collapses. They have many weird and wonderful features, all powerful by nature, such as a strong magnetic field, and they shoot out beams of radiation from their two poles. Because of these, when combined, it leads to an intermittent flashing effect, meaning pulsars can only be seen from Earth at certain times. Hence, the distance 4,400 light-years is an approximation because we do not actually know for certain how far this particular neutron star is from us. Back to our neutron star. It was first observed in 2017 by the Fermi Gamma Ray Space Telescope, yet despite the name, it was never thought to emit gamma rays in bursts. This said, As time went by and astronomers gathered annual and consistent data on it, they detected pulsing radio signals from the star, such as the fact that it is the second fastest spinning neutron star ever discovered, bested only by a record of 716 spins per second recorded in 2006. As mentioned before, with the star being a pulsar, it has been really difficult for scientists to accurately gather data on it. Its estimated distance and location are based on data relating to its whereabouts, according to radio measurements. However, due to extreme heat differences around the pulsar itself, an unclear graphic means that optimal measurements make it seem 13,200 light-years away. Furthermore, scientists are not yet sure why gamma rays were not detected back in 2017. Guesses have been that the star's orbit could have changed between now and then, making them more sensitive to our technologies. However, there is no evidence that this is the case. Given the already subtle nature of data able to be gathered from this pulsar, it seems we may have to wait another few years to find out the whole story, or at least a little bit more as to why it is so mysterious. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.